Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Elsie, editor for World Aviation Festival, and today I'm delighted to be joined by Maurice Jenkins, Chief Innovation Officer at Miami International Airport. Welcome, Maurice. Lovely to have you here again.
Welcome. It's always a pleasure to be back. Hey, this is a relationship that's lasting forever, right?
Good to hear. At least
It's
there's
good to
one in
be
my
here.
life.
Good to be here.
So to talk about developments in Miami, what's happening at the airport, as Chief Innovation Officer, which innovations at the airport have earned you the biggest return on your investments?
Well, it's a great question. We're working on several facets right now, but I'm going to give you three, and we need to tie them together. So first, we're working with creating this new three-dimensional hologram technology. We work with a great vendor. As a matter of fact, I think we met them at one of the events here, and we're integrating that with what we call this omni-channel chatbot. So being able to provide the passengers as well as our customer base just valuable information at the touch of a mobile app, as not even a mobile app because we're sunsetting that, but integrating that to make it more intuitive for them to be able to traverse through the airport and realizing more efficiencies for us operationally. I think it's going to allow us to fully optimize our footprint as we grow. As you're aware, we're going through a 9 billion, what we call a modernization and action program. And I think this is going to be one of the key critical components as we develop, grow, and do construction development. And our passenger flow is actually starting to increase. So that's one. Secondarily, we're working on some things on the airside side of the house. So it's aircraft movement and turns, so we can optimize what's also going on the airfield itself. As a matter of fact, two of your vendors here, we're actually about to engage with a proof of concept with them at Miami with some of our international carriers in their airport to really see what the true efficiencies that can be gained from that. And so, because if you can't turn aircraft efficiently and well, and getting aircraft in the air, airlines aren't making money. We're not optimizing our space and our better utilization. So we're putting all a lot of that together right now, and they're just tying those pieces together.
Perfect. You touched on my next question a bit there already, which is obviously the kind of role tech and innovation are going to play in managing growing passenger numbers. So I know Miami is now projected to have possibly 77 million passengers a year by 2040. That's a lot of people. How can you manage all of those efficiently and effectively in the space that you have? Because obviously, constrained footprint.
It's a challenge because we're landlocked, so we could only develop it so much, and we're doing new construction. We're going to build a brand new Concourse K, optimize that with more gates to create more efficiencies. But you're right. At some point in time, traditional brick and mortar is not going to solve everything, right? You have to find a way to improve business processes and create new efficiencies. So we expect leveraging innovation, leveraging tech to help that level of optimization, whether we're leveraging biometrics, better gate utilization for biometric gates, looking at more facets of how we're optimizing our parking spaces and create more efficiencies within the airport. And we're tying that together in all of our ecosystems. As a matter of fact, from an efficiency standpoint, so looking at leveraging innovation within our framework just for operational efficiency. So right now for us, so let's say from our conveyances. So we're upgrading all of our conveyances, moving walkways, escalators, because the last thing you really want to do is come off of a 10-hour flight and the escalator's not working, right? Or a moving walkway's not working. So we were sensorizing our entire airport like 2.0. We can go and do better predictable analytics of when we can look at mean time to failure to get in front of that. So we can avoid some of that downtime that we could potentially see with a loading bridge or with a conveyance or with operational issues, or even within the bathroom. So because we need seamless movement. So technology is going to play a very strong pivotal role as our industry continues to grow. And we're talking about significant growth. We're not talking even 77 million passengers for us. You're talking in the global industry that moves, 4 billion people today, to doubling that in the next 10 to 15 years. You need to create more efficiencies and being able to optimize your footprint a lot more.
So I know biometrics, AI, massive discussion points at this event this year, and you touched on it just there. So these are the kind of investments that airports are expected to make over the next sort of 5 years or so if they haven't done so already. But say you're one of the 77 million passengers arriving at Miami in 2040, what's that going to look like in the next 15 years? What are the next innovations that you think are really going to play a role?
It's so much. And the reason why I come to events like this is who are the new players in the industry? What's new on the emerging market so we can evaluate and see we need to get in front of something. We need to have the ability to be able to benchmark some of these new systems and some of these new vendors and see whether they can play a pivotal role in our ecosystem. Well, we may be doing it right now, but are we doing it right for the future? And I would probably say that the decision making is pretty much up in the air. Like, are we prepared to carry the technology that we have today before it reaches functional obsolescence to be able to carry us to 80, 90, 100 million passengers, or be able to support the whole airport ecosystem of more aircraft movements and ground transportation and more efficiencies, as well as taking into consideration one thing, passenger expectations, right? As well as employee expectations, because we always seem to almost not want to forget, and we don't want to forget the human capital, and we worry about our employees as well, ensuring that you're giving them a safe and efficient workplace to actually be in on top of that. So that itself is a challenge. So as I traverse this area today, is what's new and what's up and coming. It may not be mature today, but will it be mature for what I may need 3 years from now, 4 years from now?
That's exciting. And obviously you touched on the opportunities at this event, but obviously Miami Airport is our official airport partner for Aviation Festival Americas coming up next year in Miami. So could you talk to us a little bit about that partnership, what you're kind of excited about to develop on it, and yeah, what it means to Miami to be partnered with this?
It's significant because we're on the map, but it places us on the map of several facets. One, we're strong in the region between Latin America and the Caribbean, and Miami is a destination place where passengers for cruises as well as destination for just leisure passengers, but also business. So when you look at bringing something like World Aviation Festival of the Americas to Miami, it's saying to Miami as a whole that air transport, looking at new levels of innovation and products that can actually drive and support our economic viability and grow us economically, it's a viable partnership, because air transport is key. While land, sea, and rail are great, and it's great as a nice ecosystem as we tie it all together, but aviation is part of that 4-member prong that we tie this together with. So when we bring that to Miami and we start bringing in additional resources, and we're expanding to realize the value that aviation brings to the region, not just to Miami as a whole, and we're sitting right there as a focal point, I think strategically it just lends credence to we're thinking about the community, we're thinking about the economics of what this venue can bring, and I think Miami is it's a great partnership for both of us, but more so that Miami gets to draw more visibility as to what we have to offer and what we want to do in this industry.
Perfect. Well, yeah, so excited to be joining you guys in Miami next year, and thank you for taking the time to talk to me today.
Hey, my pleasure. Look forward to it. See you then.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.